I've made $100,000 so far on my journey, and it's all attributed to one business method. Boom, that's how much I made. And this business is so easy. My friend made that much in less than a month doing what I do. So here's how you're gonna make $10,000 this month by following this simple blueprint. We're gonna be doing something called a service-based business. Now, what is a service-based business? It's very simple. Unlike a normal thing where you sell a product, oh, a little gift box right there. You sell a service. So you sell something. You sell like lawn mowing, you sell, I don't know, video editing, whatever, right? The main difference here is you have almost no startup costs, because unlike a traditional business, you don't have to find a warehouse, you don't have to make a website first, you don't have to you don't have to put a bunch of down payment down when you don't have money yet. This means that you can make a lot of money without investing too much money, maybe a couple $100 at most. You can even do it for free. There's free methods. I'm gonna talk about them later, but you can invest a couple $100. We're not that broke. Now, here's why a service-based business is best for beginners. We got low startup costs. It's very cheap to do. You can have a really high profit margin. I normally do 200% to 300%, but you can start with 100% and be just fine. And you have high flexibility. This business doesn't require a lot of time. You can outsource a lot of the work. So even if you're a student, if you still have a 9 to 5, you can start this business and then later quit those when it's making enough money. So it doesn't need a huge time investment. Now that you know why you should start a service-based business, let's talk about how. I'm going to use video editing as an example because that's what I do. Now there's two ways to start a video editing business. You either do the editing yourself or you outsource the edits. Both are really good. If you really have no money, I would recommend you start with doing the edits yourself. But if you do what I'm going to talk about later, you can start this even if you have no money, because you get paid first and then you hire the editors. Before we even talk about making money, we have to figure out what you want to do and what you want to sell to, right? So first we got to find your niche. Boom, niche. Now, what is a niche? A niche essentially is who you want to sell to, what problem you want to solve. So who is your target client in this case? And for an example, I'm going to use video editing. I'm going to actually talk about my own business for this. Video editing. Now, for my video editing skill, because this is not a niche, it's a skill. Your skill can be digital marketing, it could be web design, it could be copywriting, even though I fucking hate copywriting. Could be really anything. Depends on what you're good at, what you understand. Because even if you still have to have a basic understanding, or even you still have to have an understanding of how it works. So let's say my skill is video editing. Now my niche for my business is the crypto and personal brand space. Now, why is that? You may be confused as to why there are two. Mostly because crypto, you can have meme coin tokens, you can have big exchanges, you can have social media platforms, you can have like Web3, you can have personal brands. Personal brands is just people that want to put their name out there. These two niches are pretty unrelated, but I work with both of them because I like both of them. You can do this, but what I recommend is you pick and start with one niche. So let's see. To pick a niche, you have to understand what you like and what you don't like. So let's say you're a big video gamer. You can work on the gaming niche. Let's say you're a big fitness guy. You can work on the fitness niche, even though I don't recommend working in the fitness niche. Let's say you're a big dietitian. You can work in the diet and nutrition niche. Let's say you enjoy podcasts. You can work in the podcasting niche. There's a lot of niches that you can choose. It honestly really depends on what you want. Boom. Water break. Once you have a basic niche down, you can get down to the nitty-gritty. Once you have your idea, your service, etc., we got to actually set up your business. So there's a few ways we got to do this. First, you got to start with marketing. Look how beautifully I write. It's amazing. Marketing, I don't fucking know. Boom. $. Now, what is this? This is how you're going to find clients, you're going to find leads, you're going to find potential clients for your service. Now, for this, I recommend a number of things. First of all, we have Twitter. I get about 80% of my clients from Twitter. Twitter is, in this day and age, probably the best platform to find clients. I literally just got off a call right now. I signed a client for $1,500 before I made this course. So just trust me, Twitter works, okay? No, you're gonna set up a profile, you're gonna have a profile picture, you're gonna have a bio, etc. You're gonna have a pinned tweet with some examples of your work, etc. But that's for later. I'm gonna need to make a whole separate video on that. But boom, Twitter. Now next, you're gonna have IG. IG works sometimes. You can do cold DMs on IG. IG is another great platform to reach out on. In my experience, personally, it doesn't work as well as Twitter, but I know some people that have signed 30,000 per month clients from IG, so definitely do not skip over it. Your niche could work better with IG than mine, so that's just my experience, but let's just skim over that. Now, email marketing is really, really ineffective at this time, really just because a lot of people stopped using email. You can make it work for sure, but this should be your last concern when starting your business. All right, so let's say you got the marketing down, right? So once you have your Twitter set up, right? You have your Instagram bio set up. We're gonna have a whole video on that later. This is just the basic overview, right? Once you have your Twitter set up, you have your IG set up. You need to actually use them to get clients. But there's a few things we got to do before that. First, we got to make a very, very basic portfolio website showing off, the type of work you can do. Now, honestly, you can steal this work. That's what I did when I started. I literally stole videos that weren't mine. Obviously, at this point, I no longer do this because I'm the best at what I do. But you can do that. You can use a website called card.co. Holy shit, my handwriting is bad. Let's try that again. Card.co. Beautiful. You can use card.co to set up a quick portfolio site. You can show your pricing on there. You can show some of your previous work that you definitely did on there. You can have your contact on there. Now this site we're going to put in our Twitter bio and our IG bio, and we're going to use it when sending DMs so we can have a little bit of social proof behind our work. Once we have that set up, we're basically ready to go. So now we got to start the marketing aspect. So for this, I'm going to focus on Twitter DMs. There's two ways you can do this. You can either do it manually or you can do it automated. Now, for manually, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to find leads and then send them all a DM and manually do a follow-up. So that's what we're going to have to do for manually. It's a lot of work. At most, I think you can send maybe 30 DMs per day because each DM is going to have a individualized compliment. And there's also automated. Now for this, you can use tools like Drippy.ai. It's actually a very good tool. I've been using it for a while. It is a bit glitchy right now, but I think they're ironing out the issues. For this, what it does is it's a tool on social media. It's a tool for Twitter. It automatically finds leads for using filters. It sends DMs. You can send up to 500 personalized AI DMs per account. And I have like 5 accounts connected to mine. So you can imagine how many DMs that is. And it even sends automated follow-ups, etc. It's a really, really good tool overall, and you make a whole video about that. But it costs a little bit of money. I pay about $500 per month for it, but you don't have to do that. The cheapest plan starts at $76. It's already very effective. Now, remember when I talked about my friend that made $3,000 in 3 weeks? He did it using Drippy.ai. What he did is he literally set up a campaign. He sent the DMs. The people responded to him. He talked to him. He hopped on a call. He got paid. And then he did the next step. So I highly, highly recommend you look into Drippy.ai. This is from someone that's been using it for over 6 months. It's probably made me close to $50,000 at this point. So I would highly recommend you use Drippy.ai. Better sponsor my ass for this. Now you know how to get a client, essentially, until you get one on a call, you get one on there. All right, so let's say you've been sending DMs, right? And you got a reply. Boom, reply. So they want to see some of your work. They want to see some social proof before they start working with you, which makes sense. You send them over some of your work or some of your work. They take a look at it. You know, you do that. If they want to hop on a call, there's a great tool called Calendly. I think that's how you say it. To schedule calls. It works using Google Meets, free, super easy. I use it all the time. I use it whenever I schedule a call. Basically, after this, cha-ching. Basically, you know, once you get them on the call, you talk to them, you show them their work, you show what you can do. A lot of this is being about confident. You really got to be confident on the call. I'm going to probably have to do another whole video about calling, and that's when you get paid. Now, I'm sure you noticed the fact that I haven't talked about how to actually complete the work yet, and that's for a very specific reason. The best way to start an agency is to get paid before you have people that you've paid. You want to get your money, you want to get your share, you want to get your cut before you have to pay anyone else. So you show the client, that you show the potential client your work, you get on a call, you discuss what you can do, you set up a payment, he pays you. So that's the goal. After you've gotten paid, let's say you were paid $250 for 10 videos, which is not a lot, but let's just say that's how it is. Now, the client expects you to start delivering videos because obviously he paid your ass. So now what we do is using our Twitter account, we make a post asking for editors. We can also do this on Fiverr. We can do this on LinkedIn. Hey, LinkedIn. So once we got that, there's going to be so many DMs, but that's basically how it is. Once you have the editor, now again, you get the editor after you've gotten paid. You make a deal with him. Now out of this $250, I like to have at least 100% margins, no less. So that means whatever I pay the editor, I have to take half for profit. So at $250, we have to have $125 to pay the editor, which means they get paid $12.50 per video. So you gotta agree with them. You pay them the money. They create the videos. I recommend paying the editors after they've done the work. This breeds discipline in them. But yeah, you know, you got your $12.50. No, they got their $12.50, and now you have the video content. You have your video content. The guy uploads it. It may or may not get results because at this point you don't know shit about marketing. You don't know shit, bro. You've been doing this for 3 weeks. He pays you. If he's happy, good. Keep him as a client. But there's a high chance for your first clients you're gonna lose them, mostly because you promised more than you could deliver to get them. But that's why I recommend charging less right away, so their expectations are a little bit lower, right? You want to work your way up from 20 per video to 30 to 40 to 50 to even 100 per video, like I get sometimes. Let's say you've been working with them for a few months. You're going to ask for a video testimonial or a written testimonial so you can put it on your site and show others that they're happy with your work. Now this testimonial is going to help you get other clients. It's going to prove, to them that you're better, that you've worked with other people before. It's like an Amazon.com review. It's really, really nice. So that's the end goal. It's to get as many testimonials, and then you can increase the price slowly. Let's go over everything again. Basically, you set up Twitter. You do cold DMs on Twitter. Now you have to post a bit on your account, so it doesn't get banned. You do cold DMs on Twitter using drippy.ai. Next, once you get a client on a call, boom, you get on a call, you get paid. Hire editor. You're going to have a 100% margin to make sure that you actually earn. For payments, I recommend doing PayPal or crypto. To convert crypto into cash, I recommend using crypto.com. This also ensures that, you get less fees. I think PayPal fees are like 15%. I think on crypto.com it's 1.5. So choose wisely. Once you have that, you're going to start, once you hire the editor, have your margins, you're going to deliver the videos. After you deliver the videos, they're even going to be happy or unhappy. If they're happy, ask for a testimonial. Now, once you get the testimonial, put it on your site, which is card.co. Or if you want to make a more professional one, you can use framer.com. Shout out Shakur Design. You get paid, and that's basically the basic funnel of how you do it. And then you keep doing that, so it's a literal loop. Keep doing that until you're a gazillionaire. Now, obviously, there are some later steps. Once you have a good enough following, you can raise your prices. Now, there's a couple rules in the client retention game. If the client doesn't see results, if they don't get views, you can't raise your prices. And if you're slow and consistent, etc., you also can't raise your prices. You have to do it when they're ready, when your work is worth the money. Otherwise, you're just going to lose all your clients. But basically, this is the basic sales funnel. Now, there's going to be a video on each of these. There's going to be a video on the cold DMs on Twitter. There's going to be a whole video on that. There's going to be a whole video on the Calendly calling, how to do sales calling, cold calling. There'll be a whole video on hiring editors, how to hire the right editors. There's going to be a whole video on delivery, how to ensure that the videos actually get views, testimonials and website making, etc., raising prices. So this is just a basic overview on how to do this. Comment down below what you want me to go into more detail on. Even if you don't, I'll still do it. I'm a nice guy. Now, a lot of people will charge you thousands of dollars for this framework, like Iman Ghazi with his $5,000 SMMA course. This is his course. It's not that complicated. And I'm a nice guy, so I don't charge for courses. However, you can pay me by following my Twitter, following my YouTube, following my IG. So there's a lot of things you can do, but they're not monetary because I'm a nice guy. So that's the basic protocol. We're going to go into more depth later. I'll see you on the next one.